About 1,100 messages were deleted. Just to let you know, we have recovered them. Just to be completely honest with you, the best word that I can describe it is, honestly, it's a little
She was severely beaten, beyond recognition. This is Cherith Crown, a South Carolina realtor who fueled a brutal killing of a woman she'd never even met. Also, she could have the woman's boyfriend to herself. Cherith thought she deleted all the disturbing messages she sent to the killer. She was wrong. Detectives recovered over 1,100 deleted messages.
Been hitting her, and I wanted him to stop. And so at 10:30 p.m., I went and
Their contents? Disturbing. Now, Cherith will try to downplay her role in one of the most gruesome murders South Carolina has ever seen. On May 28, 2024, first responders arrived at a home in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. They found 40-year-old Colleen Dortona, beaten beyond recognition. She didn't survive. Her boyfriend, Michael Clarkson, was quickly identified as the killer.
and she was laying on her back. And one eye was open, and she was still responsive. She was still talking, not very coherently, but her face was very full.
But phone records revealed another person of interest, Cherith Crown. A local realtor and mother of two, Cherith had been having an affair with Michael for 7 months. She was inside the house that night as Colleen lay dying, receiving horrific videos. Before police arrived, she deleted texts. How involved was Cherith in Colleen Dortona's murder? In her interview, Cherith claims Michael was upset about Colleen hiding money and communicating with an ex-boyfriend.
I took a look. I told him, "You're not doing enough for her. Get up." And I made her an ice pack. And you may find that plastic bag on the ground with water in it. So, and you find I went over.
She states she went to the house at 10:30 p.m. to calm Michael down. Her 4-year-old son was asleep in her car outside. She found Michael calm but shaken, his hands swollen. Cherith even brought him a lunch package with pulled pork sandwiches and an ice pack. Colleen was on the couch, face swollen, one eye open, speaking incoherently but still responsive. Colleen and Michael had been together for 9 years, co-owning a business and sharing a home.
So, that was the main reason for us.
Yes,
We towed your car, and one of our investigators, we did a search warrant on the car, and we found your phone in there.
Yes.
So, is there anything on your phone that...
Cherith, seeing Michael for only 7 months, had never met Colleen. Yet, her messages painted them as bitter enemies. Cherith claims Michael vented about Colleen, calling her stupid and saying he couldn't trust her. She states she made Colleen an ice pack and blotted her mouth, telling Michael he wasn't doing enough. Then, Michael smoked weed and cigarettes on the patio, while Cherith joined him, shielding her son from the house. She insists she never felt threatened.
Part of my friends would kind of should be thing to ask, but were you encouraging him at all? Were you asking him to do any of that stuff or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
It sounds like a bad thing, but
no, I understand your question, and
Yeah.
I do understand why you would ask.
After an hour, Cherith left, texting Michael, "Please don't do anything else. Don't hurt her anymore." But Michael called again, and she returned. Her lawyer tries to reframe her presence as a mercy mission, attempting to de-escalate Michael and get Colleen medical help. But detectives know better. They confront Cherith about false statements and her phone, found in her towed car. She admits deleting images Michael sent, which incriminated him.
Colleen Dortona. She was beaten continuously for 10 hours. Her head swelled to 3 times its normal size. A fork was heated up and pressed into her face over and over to brand her.
Cherith's lawyer spins a story of Michael finding out about Colleen's alleged financial deceit and ex-boyfriend. He claims Cherith was trying to get medical help, but Michael's unhinged state and potential access to weapons meant calling police would escalate things. Cherith describes the videos Michael sent, her face totally beat up. Her lawyer claims Michael was taunting her with these horrific videos. But detectives had seen her responses. Cherith insists she told Michael to stop multiple times over and over again, both on the phone and via text.
it seems like you have been urging him or putting him in a place where this is acceptable behavior, you're okay with this, and even promising him.
These messages, she claims, were deleted. She admits Michael sent about 4 or 5 videos, spread from afternoon into the evening. When asked if she encouraged him, Cherith vehemently denies it. Her stance, she says, was always, "You need to stop, call the medics." Why didn't she call the police herself? Her lawyer attributes it to a collapse of judgment, trying to do the right thing without getting into trouble.
Was beating Colleen to death. Cherith wasn't begging him to stop. She was cheering him on. She texted him, "I told you that if she hurt you, I want to hurt her. I want to hurt her right now." She called.
Cherith makes it sound like Colleen had a bad bruise, but the prosecutor later described the videos as the most graphic evidence he'd ever seen. Colleen Dortona was beaten continuously for 10 hours. Her head swelled to 3 times its normal size. A heated fork was pressed into her face, branding her over and over. And Cherith Crown watched the videos, brought the man doing this snacks, and then went home to bed. The detectives are done with her fairy tale.
I think she's a very deceitful person. And that's not because
No, that's
of what, well, and that's not because of what I know that she hid now, but
They inform her the 1,100 deleted messages have been recovered. The truth, they say, does not add up to her story. They give her an opportunity to come clean. The detective states her messages show her urging him, putting him in a place where this is acceptable behavior. She was even promising him different things if certain things happened. They knew about the fantasy life she and Michael were planning once she was no longer in the picture.
Just to be completely honest with you, the best word that I can describe it is, honestly, it's a little disturbing between you and Mike.
Cherith requests to speak to her lawyer, who has clearly been blindsided. Those recovered messages painted a picture hard to stomach. While Michael was beating Colleen to death, Cherith wasn't begging him to stop. She was cheering him on. She texted, "I told you that if she hurt you, I want to hurt her. I want to hurt her right now." She called Colleen evil and so gross.
okay, I want to set the record straight about that.
Mhm.
Is that there's no connection with sex and violence for me.
She consoled Michael when his hands got sore from hitting Colleen. And then, she planned a future with him once Colleen was gone. After consulting her lawyer, Cherith attempts a weak walkback. She admits she did not handle the situation appropriately and calling the police or EMS would have been the best choice. But she quickly adds, nobody's perfect. She claims she didn't know about Colleen until late November, and only found out about their issues in March.
I think I briefly watched some of them and then maybe didn't even watch all of them. I'll be completely honest. Do I even want to see that?
Cherith states she was under the impression it was a casual relationship between her and Michael. She even called Colleen to verify the circumstances after Michael told her Colleen was just a business partner. She claims she was deceived about Colleen being his long-term girlfriend or wife. Cherith then frames herself as the victim, saying both Michael and Colleen ganged up on me. She still hasn't shown a single moment of concern for the woman who was brutally murdered. Everything is about Cherith.
Was gone.
Do you remember him sending a video to you of his hand?
I believe he did.
Do you remember what it looked like?
It's swollen.
Do you remember what you said to him?
She labels Colleen a deceitful person, an opinion formed solely from Michael's words. Cherith admits she had never seen Colleen in person before the night of the murder. Michael's texts were full of anger, how he wanted to hurt Colleen, how he was going to leave her. Cherith knows everything about Colleen from the mouth of her murderer. The detective states the texts between Cherith and Michael are a little disturbing. He points out that shortly after Michael sent videos of Colleen's swollen face, Cherith's messages started talking about sex.
Nothing of you telling him to stop. Not a single message.
I think time to stop.
Cherith insists there's no connection with sex and violence for me ever, period. She claims hours of spans between the violent videos and talk of sex. But the detective reveals the videos were spaced out, with Cherith's sex-related texts right in the middle. Cherith admits she briefly watched some of the videos, maybe didn't even watch all of them. She claims she doesn't get pleasure from them, but those 1,100 messages tell a different story. Cherith consoled Michael when his hands got sore from hitting Colleen, planning a future once Colleen was gone. She remembers Michael sending a video of his swollen hand. Her response? "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Your hand is swollen." She offered to give him an ice pack, being supportive of him. No mention of Colleen. The detective delivers the final blow. In your messages, there's nothing of you telling him to stop. Not a single message. Following this interrogation, Cherith Crown was arrested, charged with accessory after the fact of murder and obstruction of justice. She was denied bond twice. At her bond hearing, prosecutors detailed how Michael's videos showed Colleen Dortona being tortured for 10 hours. Beaten and branded repeatedly with a heated fork. Cherith Crown's case is still awaiting trial. Michael Clarkson was charged with murder but took his own life in jail before facing justice. Colleen's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against both Michael and Cherith's estates, seeking damages for the unimaginable pain and torture Colleen endured. Our hearts go out to Colleen Dortona's family and all who loved her.